Hey guys, Dan here today with a review for you all for The Sims 4 on console. So this video is presented by EA GameChangers and I was provided a code by Electronic Arts in order to be able to do this review for you today. So The Sims 4 on console is launching on the 17th of November 2017, so that's not long to go now until it launches. So I'm here to give you a review to share my thoughts on it. Now if you haven't seen my other video yet, I had a little go at it at Gamescom this year, where they were showing an early build of the game. So obviously at that time it wasn't feature complete, I wasn't able to take any videos, I didn't take any screenshots of it either, but I did talk about what I thought of it at the time. At that time I did mention a few things, so it was really exciting to be able to dig in and see if those have got any better. The Sims 4 on console is essentially the PC experience moved over to console, which is amazing because every console version for previous Sims generations had always been focused around The Sims, but always a little bit different. So The Sims 1, for example, and The Sims 2 on PlayStation had a story mode. The Sims 3 more closely resembled the game, but wasn't quite the same. Had similar graphics, very similar gameplay, but still wasn't quite there. Whereas The Sims 4, it is almost as if the PC version has been moved over to consoles, which is amazing that we're able to get that for the first time. So it kind of removes that segregation between PC and console players, which is great news. And in addition to that as well, a lot of other content's coming. So there's some expansion packs such as City Living that's coming to consoles, game packs like the Vampires pack, stuff packs such as Vintage Glamour. So we're starting to see these two platforms kind of coming together as one. Still, they are different platforms and do have different features, but just because you don't have a computer or if you don't have one powerful enough for The Sims 4, you no longer have to worry about that if you have a console. And most people have one or the other available in their house, so that's awesome. One thing with it being almost like a like-for-like copy though, is the controls. In previous Sims console games, you'd kind of have this, I don't know what it, like almost like a god stick, like a beam that would come down from the air, and that would be what you would choose to select things and control things, and it would be relatively simple to control things. So if you played The Sims 1 or The Sims 3 on console, you'll know what I mean. Sims 4 has a virtual cursor, and when I first saw this, I was a bit concerned of how this would work, and that was one of the things at Gamescom. I kind of started to get used to it, but still didn't warm up to it as much as I wanted to. The way you switch between things is you can either use the virtual cursor to go around, select things, bring up that interaction menus, and then the other one is where it bounces around UI items almost, so you can quickly hop around all the different icons and things. And when it works, it's tolerable. Although I do think the controls is one of the things that really do let this game down, unfortunately. I have been trying to get used to it. I've been trying to really warm up to them, but the controls are what is stopping me falling in love with this game. They are not working properly. Sometimes they do, but a lot of the times they're difficult. And here's a clip to kind of show you what I mean.
Another thing as well, in build mode, you'll try to select what you want and it just will not let you do it. So, right, we're going in here, want to select something to build. If I go to the left, it's fine. If I try to go over to the trees, it just doesn't work. And as well, if I try to use the cursors, it just hops everywhere but the places that I want it to go.
If you move the cursor stupidly slow, like you can see how slow this is currently going, you're able to click on things that you want on the right side. If I move it just ever too quick, it bounces all the way over here. That does not happen when you move it to the left. So I'm not sure if I'm using this wrong, or if... yeah, okay, could be that I'm using it wrong, completely wrong. But these controls do not seem intuitive, and the controls options here have been followed as close as they can, and it's just not helping. The build mode and even just hopping around the user interface has been a really frustrating experience so far.
So as you can see from that clip, I'm trying to select items in build mode and either It's just bouncing around to other UI items which I don't want, and it's not letting me select the thing I like no matter what button I'm pressing on the remote. There's no other buttons I can press, or when the cursor is there, it's not going to the right things. There's definitely bugs here that do need to be fixed. It shouldn't be this difficult, especially I view myself as someone who is quite well read up on The Sims. It shouldn't be this difficult for someone like me to be able to struggle with it, and especially someone who is maybe not as in tune with it. So someone who is new to the franchise, I can imagine really struggling to get used to this. So that's definitely something that needs to be addressed. I really feel like the controls prevent greatness. As for gameplay itself, it very much resembles the Sims 4 PC experience. So it's not going to be launching as the 2014 version of the Sims 4. This is very much the 2017 version, where you've got pools, you've got ghosts, there's newer careers, you've got the toddlers patch. There's so many new things that have been added in over the 3 years, and you're going to be launching with that from the get-go. So if you've been holding off of trying the Sims 4 on PC or console because of that, don't let that hold you back. Go for it. You will be amazed at the amount of content that there is in the base game, despite what you may believe. And if you're looking for more information about The Sims 4 in general, we have a review for that on beyondsims.com, where you can find out all of our thoughts from 2014 to kind of make your mind up there. As for performance, this was something I was concerned about. The game itself is buttery smooth. Live mode is so smooth, so if you do struggle playing the game, try it on console. It runs flawlessly for the majority of the time. There are still some issues where when you go into buy mode, it will freeze as things are loading, and it does take a few seconds to kind of wake up, and sometimes that does happen when you click on things in the game. But overall, it is a pretty smooth game, especially for at launch as well. I'm amazed at how smoothly it's running performance-wise. I remember The Sims 3 Pets on PlayStation 3 being very poor on the performance front when I tried it. So I'm glad to see that that has changed for this generation of The Sims. One thing as well, which is, I guess, probably one of the bigger differences between console and PC, is the fact that the gallery does not exist on consoles. You also can't install mods either from the PC websites and custom content and things. That is your restrictions on playing on a console, unfortunately. You still can save lots that you have made to your console, but you cannot go onto the gallery and download Sims and lots like you can on the PC version, which is a shame because it would allow the console community to showcase their creativity. So maybe this is something we could see in the future. So that is a shame, but it's not a deal breaker. The game itself, at the core, is the Sims 4 experience, and you can go in now and get all these expansion packs, you can get game packs, you can get stuff packs as they become available, which is awesome. Like I said, the game itself is a Sims 4. I love the Sims 4, so that is really good and it runs well. Only problem is, with it being on console, they have almost just brought over the PC controls and tried to map it to a console controller, and I really do not think this works the way in which they had hoped to. And for me especially, it has been really, really frustrating trying to use these comfortably. And also that has been built on top of where I kind of start getting used to it, and then something just doesn't go right and it's not selecting the right things, or I've got for example, I had the main menu up so I could save my game or exit back to map view and things, and it wasn't letting me select anything on the screen, but it was actually selecting UI elements underneath the menu. So things are broken at the moment. So I'm really hoping with time the controls may get better, maybe, and I think if I wasn't experiencing the bugs, it would definitely be where it was at a state I was happy with it for when I want to play it on the console. That is one of the things that has to bring it down. So overall, I'm going to be giving The Sims 4 on console 65 out of 100. For the pros, it's a full Sims experience on your console. You can get expansion packs, stuff packs, and game packs. You can enjoy playing with all of these things that have come in game updates over the years, and you can fully enjoy The Sims as a really smooth, buttery experience. All the create a sim options, all the build options, nothing has been removed. The thing bringing it down is the controls, like I keep saying, and also the lack of gallery support as well, which is a shame. So it's an awesome experience wrapped in a frustrating package. So as always, for more videos you can subscribe below, and I will see you in the next video.